Good afternoon, fuckheads, on this wonderful Mother's Day. Here's me, Mr. Bastard, as always, good Reverend Dr. Whitecoat. And we're going to talk to you today about why atheism just isn't working nowadays.
It's not working out.
I mean, really, it's not their fault. It's not that they don't have good ideas. It's just that doing it in the wrong sort of way. So, Reverend Dr. Whitecoat, let's break it down.
Well, now obviously the first thing I want to mention is, with this whole title Reverend, some of you might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of Christian minister. This is not the case.
Not this guy, not this asshole.
No. Now, about this whole atheism thing. Now here's the problem. It reminds me of that time I walked up to a guy and I punched him in the face and he got mad about it. I was confused.
I remember that day. That was a good day.
I mean, it just didn't seem to, I was confused about the part where he got mad about it.
Really, it happened. Get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, whatever.
Now, in case you're wondering, this is also a totally fake story. But this is exactly what you atheists are doing. You're going up to people, Richard Dawkins. I'm talking about you specifically. You specifically.
Fuck you, Dawkins. You're making me look bad. And, I'm awesome. I need to look good.
Yeah.
For the ladies.
You can't punch people in the face and say that, that's good for them and that it helps the teeth structure. That's what God does. God punches people in the face and tells them to enjoy it. So therefore, you can't get in on his racket. You have to pick a different racket.
Okay, really. Let's break this. Let's simplify this for a minute. Let's talk about Dawkins again, though. There are plenty of people just like them. Most of them aren't nearly as well educated, so they sound like 12-year-old girls who are going around saying, God doesn't exist, and you're a fool for thinking about that. Well, let's look at why no one's listening to you. First things first, you're an asshole.
Yeah, butt's all out there on the wind. Looking at it, and it's ugly.
Your face looks different, but your breath smells the same.
Yeah.
Second thing is that, okay, you're getting rid of the church. What are you going to replace it with? Christianity got rid of paganism by replacing all the holidays and saying that if you don't join us, you're going to go to hell. Well, what's hell? Well, hell's this really bad place. You need to replace the currently conceived origins.
It's just like the mafia. When you shoot the old boss, a new guy steps up. There's no you shoot the boss and the mafia goes away. Come on now. Ain't no. It's like, oh well, the president stepped down, the whole country's gonna fold up. That never happens. Who's gonna molest the children? Who's gonna steal the money?
These are questions that need to be answered.
These things have to get done. Do you think come on, do you think, hell was just fun itself? Someone's gotta be making people afraid of things. If you don't do it, the government's gonna have to do it. We don't want the government doing this.
Oh, hell no. Government, even a secular government religion isn't gonna happen. No. What we need to do is we need to say, hey, listen, it's not that you're going to go to hell, but if you aren't a good person, people are going to think you're a dick.
Exactly.
It's just simple steps, people, simple steps.
Exactly. You got to baby step them. You don't want to do it like Soviet Russia where they just come down there and shoot all the preachers and burn down the churches, and then the state's like, well, then they're just shooting people at random, and then you forget why you're shooting people. So now you're shooting people because the people don't want you to shoot the people, and you're like, oh, I gotta shoot you because you don't want me to shoot people.
And then something worse even happens. Something worse happens is that you make the Christians martyrs, and there's only one thing more annoying than a Christian evangelist is a Christian evangelist who thinks he's martyring himself for his religion. That's just annoying. That's a little self-righteous you will never see anywhere else.
It's just like, this reminds me of the story of Hercules and the golden apple, or in the apple, in Discord. So he's sitting there, Hercules is walking down the road, and there's this apple, and he was like, well, for whatever reason, I feel like smashing the apple. He smashes the apple gets bigger. He hits the apple again, the apple gets bigger, and now he can't go where he's going because now there's this giant apple in the way. It's like cockroaches. You know that you can't get rid of that cockroach by stepping on it. What are you doing? Stop doing that.
So, seriously, what we need to do, atheists of the world, join us. Join the Discordian movement.
Join the insanity!
Yeah! What you need to do is that you need to take a logical approach that makes sense. Don't be browbeating people saying, well, religion doesn't make sense. Well, of course religion doesn't make sense.
That's the whole point. Who's out there trying to make sense, trying to put things together in a logical fashion?
People don't want to make sense. People just want to be right. So what you do is that you give them a different reason to live. Don't say being right isn't important. Being a good person is what's important. Feeding the sick, feeding the hungry. Not wasting your Sunday mornings being yelled at. Spend your Sunday mornings, feeding and helping people.
Exactly.
Seriously. Well, anything else we want to cover, Reverend Dr. Whitecoat?
No, I think that's about it.
Alright, well, this is Mr. Bastard and Reverend Dr. Whitecoat on Project 3 AM, signing off. You stay classy, motherfuckers.